Let's start a new video course on AutoCAD. In the Mac environment. Let's start right from the initial. The operating system is OS X Sierra, but you can also own some other version. The same applies to AutoCAD. AutoCAD for students and teachers is free, and once you have registered on Autodesk's website, you can download and use it 2-3 years in a row. Let's get started. Once installed, find AutoCAD on this bar. Here it is here. Let's click to start the everything. AutoCAD is opening and presents us with this screenshot where we can start a new drawing. Or, if connected to internet, see tutorials that explain the essentials on how AutoCAD and some extensions work. Forum, support service, YouTube and so on. We begin by creating a new drawing. Here it is. As much as I is about, in this class, I will explain the commands and all the AutoCAD subcommands. So, on Create, we have the option to select various options. Continue a work, we can open a drawing that already exists, it's not our case, or start a new design. Below the possibility to open from existing AutoCAD drawing files, or explore sample drawings, you see, through this icon. There is no are obviously of great interest. The icon that interests us is New Design. Here it is. We are asked to select a template, a basic template. In our case, we will use an autocad-course drawing template if we were to work instead. Especially with the three-dimensional, it is better to set up a template with a basic autocad-course 3D model. In our case we use autocad-course DWT. This is the extension of the AutoCAD template. We'll talk extensively about it in the continuation of this course. After this, we open. Here it is, the AutoCAD interface on Mac. We have opened a new drawing with a template, where there are already basic presettings. For example, a height is set. For the texts, the height of the dimension text and other things, all settings that are automatically passed on to us thanks to the fact that we opened this autocad. We'll see how build personal ones where. We will also include the layers that we will use more often, the types of text, the cartouche for our drawing. Let's see this one. Interface. Here we find the menu bar there. Here, it's like for those who come from the world PC, to the toolbar that we found on the pre-2008 versions and a series of commands available thanks to these. Roll up. I'm not dwelling on any because when the time comes, we'll go there. To see according to the use that we will. Let's just say right now. We can find these toolbars here, open them or turn them off thanks to the flags that we can select whether or not in these entries. For example, this is called a bar. Toolbar tools. Here it is. If we want to make it disappear, we have to take the tick off in this menu. We keep everything. Of course, here they come collections of the icons of the commands that we use more often, is customizable because if I'm in an empty space, you see, and I do right-click Customize Toolbar, I have a series of other icons that I can add or remove, you see, just by dragging them. Another fundamental toolbar is what we find anchored on the left side of the monitor, where we find the commands for drawing and editing and so on. Within purely two-dimensional AutoCAD, if the intention is working in 3D, we have to pass to this second tab where we find not only instruments two-dimensional, but a series of commands that allow us to work in the 3D environment of AutoCAD. Then, simply, by clicking, you see, above these tab, let's go through the environment. Two-dimensional to three-dimensional AutoCAD. These are also perfectly customizable. For example, thanks to this wheel, we can activate or minus some icons, you see, come added or removed. If we do not, we absolutely make use of it. then it's not. Over, down here, we have this small icon that also allows us to move the group of tools simply by selecting an. By dragging it to the desired position, here it is, a blue streak appears. You see, which is pointing to the destination location of our set of tools. I'm leaving it all like this. And here, again, this plus sign allows to create our group of tools. And for example, architecture, that's me. Not all I do is drag the tools I often use. You see, this layout, 4 commands displayed with large icons, then instead, the 4 more with icons plus. Baby, I'm doing everything fast, so something may not be right. Anyway, okay, you figured it out, all very simple. If it doesn't, obviously, you just need to erase everything, possibly if we don't care. The closer we get, you see, in this period, there's the trash folder. Just do a click on it, asks us a question for the confirm, we say erase it all, that's it. Done, removed our group customize tools. Below. Let's find the status bar. Here, the possibility to make it go away, I remind you that alongside. You can also read the combination of keys, in this case Command 6, to make it appear or disappear. Here it is, Command 6, to make it appear, Command 6 to make it appear. Disappear, okay, let's make it reappear. Like we said. The very important status bar where we find the model space, the one in the. Which one we're working on now, this dark space. Here it is, with the grill in the foreground, and here 2 more cards, but they can become much more, are the cards of the paper space where we go to finalize our drawing for the final print. Let's take you to the model space. Here it is, here we have the coordinates because, in fact, this is a very large Cartesian space, and here are represented the cursor coordinates. And on this part, a series of icons fundamental to the precision drawing of AutoCAD. Clear that we're going to go through them all. How many, then, to finish, this is the view cube where, especially in 3D, it allows us to. Moving through 3-dimensional space is clearly not essential if we work in the 2D 2-dimensional domain of AutoCAD. Here we are on the right side where we find the ability to set, create and manage the layers, and which is what is known as the property, divided into 3 tabs. Then quickly, when we have all a whole series of setting values of the current drawing. So the active layer, for example, the type of line, the active axis. These terms will become familiar with the next video lections. Then we have the My Personal tab. This one, yes, refers to the object that we are going to select. Here it is, you see, I have selected this line. We'll learn in the next lesson, obviously, how to draw the lines, and here shows us all the properties of the selected object. Instead, I had chosen an selected a circle. Here we would have the property of the circle, then another tab to customize these property because I could make it appear. More data on the properties of the circle, here they are, where there are the active checkbox. These are displayed in the My Properties tab. Let's see an example. If we want to make also appear at X, Y and Z, we activate these checkbox. If we now return to My Property, we find these characteristics also represented. You see, once we do the object selection, in this case the circle object, we are not interested. Obviously, it was just to show how it all works out. We come back here and let's take off these checkbox her, so she becomes easier to read properties of the circle object. Let's just click here and we're good. Well, in the next lesson we'll start to use what is the most important of AutoCAD, the line command. We'll see all the ways to use it, but, above all, also the ways to speed up the use of this command to optimize time production of our projects. To the next class.